I will start with a small comment on legitimacy. As a President of the Republic, I don't think that I can accept any judgment of legitimacy or interpretation of the Armenian Constitution by someone else except the citizens of Republic of Armenia. And as a guardian of that constitution, I would leave to the people of Armenia to judge who is legitimate in Armenia and who is not. That's a small comment. Now, on the legitimacy side, I would like just to take you for a small time travel back 6 months ago when Armenia had the revolution. It's a unique one, where the people of Armenia have expressed their wish in a very open way. It's unique also that we managed to have a major change, which is called Revolution Armenian style, or a Velvet Revolution, without bloodshed or anything. And of course that process continues with a lot of support from the public. Probably you know that soon, in a month and a half probably, we will have new parliamentary elections in Armenia. That will be, I'm sure, open, fair elections that will create a strong, legitimate parliament and a government. That's very important when you are talking about negotiating a deal. Those who are negotiating have to have real mandate from their own people to be able to negotiate any compromise there. Now, of course, it's difficult for me to resist to tell you that the revolution in Armenia was 21st century one as a quantum one as well. It started with a critical mass of unhappiness of people and a couple of young opposition leaders who were the initial energy, led by the current Prime Minister and even Mr. Grigoryan, who was one of them. And at the end of the day, this initial high energy particles had created the chain reaction. It was like a chain reaction. That is why it was successful, but a chain reaction in a positive way. Now, I do agree that it's very important to use the language of peace. That was one of the reasons that I tried to avoid representing the Nagorno-Karabakh or Artsakh case here when I didn't have the counterpart sitting in front of me. But it's not only the language of peace is important, I think what is also important is acting for peace. You can have the best language of peace, either it will be true or false, but your action, your deeds will be the ones that will show, are you really talking peace, or you are just talking peace in peace. So acting for peace is important. About time, Mr. Kartunov, I have high respect for you, for your brave and 21st century mind. And I agree with you, time is important, but we know also that time is relative. If the time is working for peace, then it can be long, so we can wait if the time is working for peace. But if the time is working for war, then that time is really short, and we have to be aware of that. And does it work for peace or short? For me, for example, I am really concerned when I look at the militarization of the Azeri side, the amount of money and effort that is put by Azeri side as the Azerbaijan Republic in order to build up and strengthen their military capabilities. I think when you look at that, it doesn't look like that the time is working for peace. It looks like that we can basically face another problem. Has the chain reaction started there? No. Is there a possibility that it will start? Yes. What should we do? I think we have to start not only talking, but also acting for peace. And the time is right, at least from the Armenian side. As I told previously, Armenia has and will have soon even more legitimate government and leaders that will be able to negotiate a peace with Azerbaijan. And here, in this framework, I would like to remind also that we can refer to history when Armenia is an old nation, thousands of years. We just celebrated the 2,800th anniversary of our capital city. So we can also understand how old is Nagorno-Karabakh or Artsakh as an Armenian historic area. But it's not about history. It's not about even current history. It's not about also about magic that one day you wake up and you have a piece of land given to you and then you start believing that it's yours like in a fairy tale. But it's all about the will of people. And at the end of the day, the will of people is the one thing that matters. And from that point of view, and that people of Nagorno-Karabakh or Artsakh have spoken, and I think we have to listen to them carefully. We have to listen to them carefully and work hard in order to get the final peace. And here I would like to, again and again, to thank the OSCE for their efforts. For years, I mean, not a full peace, but at least a situation where we didn't have a war or a chain reaction was handled by the OSCE Minsk group, and we're thankful to that. And as Mr. Grigorian also mentioned, there is only one way of solving that, and that's a peaceful way. There is no military solution to this conflict. If there'll be military activity, everybody will suffer. People of Karabakh, Armenia, Azerbaijan, and the whole region. So there's only one solution, which is the peaceful one. And again, that peaceful solution could be reached through the Minsk group of the OSCE. Thank you very much.